Hey, GPL practitioners, GPL challengers en gasten. Welkom bij deze GPL Talk. Ook vandaag hebben we dit gesprek met speciaal voor jou. Je weet, ik ben Denise Sumter en ik heb het tot mijn missie gemaakt om jou te versterken met de inspiratie en de moed die je nodig hebt om naar je next level te gaan. En vandaag, je weet, de maand juli hebben wij als thema het ontwikkelen, het starten en ontwikkelen van accountability partnerships. We hebben al gezien hoe accountability partnerships werken. Bij 2 koppels hebben we dat gezien. We hebben gezien bij het internationaal koppel van Denise Overman en Maureen de Wind. Als je het hebt gemist, kun je teruggaan naar de video. Maar we hebben ook een gesprek gehad met Lydia Nok en met Liola Tamin. Die hebben ook laten zien wat de voordelen zijn van een accountability partnership. En vandaag ga ik sharen hoe ik hiermee omga samen met mijn partner. En zij gaat straks aan het woord komen om te laten zien of om te vertellen wie ze is. En ik hou je nog even in de spanning. Ik vraag me af, hoe ga jij om met deze maand, juli? We zitten al op de helft van de maand. En er zitten nog 2 weken erop. Dus ik vraag me af, hoe doe jij dat? Een van de manieren om ervoor te zorgen dat je je doelen haalt, is om met een accountability partner, om het te doen met een accountability partner. Iemand die je verantwoordelijk houdt voor de doelen die je stelt. En die samen met jou ervoor zorgt dat je die doelen ook haalt, dat je ze realiseert. Iemand die je herinnert aan de afspraken die je hebt gemaakt. En je weet, bij de stichting hebben we een boekje. Dat is dit boekje. Wat je kan verkrijgen, waarin de instructies staan hoe jij dus ervoor kan zorgen dat je samen met je accountability partner gestructureerd ervoor kan zorgen dat je inderdaad je doelen haalt. Maar ik ga je niet te lang in de spanning houden. Ik heb een interessante gast uit de Verenigde Staten van Amerika. Dus ik ga overstappen naar het Engels. We have a special guest tonight. And she's very dear to me. I know her for several weeks now. I think almost 2 months. And we have a great relationship, an accountability partnership relationship. But let me not keep you waiting. Let's bring her in. Right away. Hi, Dawn.
Hi, how are you? How are you?
I am so good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Glad to be here.
Okay. Well, I've introduced you to the community and I told them that you will tell for yourself who you are.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. I am excited to share about how we come to know each other and our work. I am a leadership strategist and I help people develop what they do. I work with organizations and government entities to help them become better at what they do, leadership training and development. And I write books and articles, and I just love being able to help people develop their skills in leadership development and communications.
Wow. Yes, thank you so much for being with us and also for wanting to share what you have experienced in the couple of weeks that we are working together. But before we talk about that, I wonder how you are dealing with the COVID-19 situation in your country. Maybe you can also tell us where you're from and then how you are dealing with it, especially in your role as training people in leadership with your leadership background.
Yes, it's been remarkable. I have been, I say, self-quarantined in the March 13th timeframe to now. I reside in Richmond, Virginia, USA, which is on the East Coast of the United States. And it has been pretty much a shutdown in a lot of our area of our state. I have found it relatively, I say, easy in a way to say coping because I have a child with chronic health issues. And so we had often needed to stay indoors and help to create a safe environment in our home. And so we find it to be one of those days that we would have. And so we're finding that to be a safe haven, but also creative ways to communicate with the outside world with technology. I found my leadership training to be helpful for people who are in crisis and to help them figure out how to create balance, to really continue to maintain that centered part of what we have to do as individuals, because we won't make it otherwise. I think people can get beside themselves. So I'm finding it quite rewarding.
I think you need to be prepared. I know that you also train in crisis leadership. Maybe you can give us some tips how to deal with this crisis situation.
Yes, well, none of us have expected this circumstance to be global. It has certainly taken everyone by storm. And so that one thing I mentioned and I share in guides and resources that I put together is about maintaining self-care. So whatever that looks like for you, taking a walk safely, of course, in your area, doing something that is a favorite activity or a hobby. We actually FaceTime and Skype and do technology like this with family regularly to keep up our family prayers and family connections. And so I encourage people to do that. Second, I encourage people to think about how they can have, as we've talked about, accountability to the people that they work with in their community, the people they serve, their followers, and not just to think about the crisis, but how can we help to create accountability with each other, because there is an unknown right now. So all we know is that we can depend on each other.
Right. Well, for myself, I know that in the beginning of this corona pandemic, I know that I needed other people because within my I was trying to figure out what was going on.
Yes.
And then I couldn't really find the strength within myself. So I needed to reach out. And one of the things that I did was reach out to the community of LaShonda Henry. You and I have her as a mentor. And so I reached out to her. I think that Dawn is off now. I think she will come back later.
I was having a
Yes, I see that. Ja, maar dan kan ik Nederlands praten nu. Ik zie dat ze een technisch probleem heeft eventjes. Maar wat ik aan het uitleggen was in de beginperiode, vond ik het heel noodzakelijk om eigenlijk, ja, nu denk ik weer in het Engels, to reach out to other women. En we hebben een gemeenschappelijke mentor. Ze is even eruit, hè. Ik ga het zo meteen in het Engels vertellen, zodat zij ook begrijpt wat ik vertel. Maar wat ik wil zeggen is, we hebben een gemeenschappelijke mentor. En dat is LaShonda Henry. Die is een mentor en een trainer. En zij heeft ook een community. En ik ben deel van die community. En ze had een hele interessante training. De 5-figure focus training. En ik heb me toen opgegeven. Want ik wist van, ik moet mezelf plaatsen in een community van gelijkgerichte vrouwen. En ik probeerde dat te doen door gewoon contact te hebben met mijn mentor. Ik zie dat Dawn er weer is, dus ik ga er weer in beeld laten. Yes, you're back?
I am back. Can you hear me? Technology.
Yeah, technology. Yeah, so I was saying in the beginning, I needed to put myself in an environment of like-minded women.
Yes.
So LaShonda Henry, our mentor, set out the FFF program, 5-figure focus program. I immediately jumped into it because I knew I needed that environment because I couldn't really I needed to process what was going on at that time.
Yes.
So what I always teach about is that it's very important to know that you can have strength from your relationship with your creator, your relationship with yourself, and your relationship with other people. But not at all times it was easy. For me, in the beginning of this crisis, I needed other people's accountability and that relationship. So that's actually where I met you, right?
Yes, it is. And it was a wonderful, I think, intersection of us being able to connect because at a time where we were trying to obviously develop ourselves individually and
Mhm.
needing to stay on track in the middle of a global pandemic and to say, what are we going to do to maintain that personal accountability? It's been really remarkable. So I'm grateful for that with you.
Yeah, me too. Me too. So this week, the focus of the next level lady professionals and entrepreneurs community is on starting and building accountability partnerships. So last week and the week before, we had two women who shared how their accountability partnership is working out. Well, for us, I was so happy when we could choose an accountability partner. When I saw that you were doing leadership, I thought, wow, I will reach out to you.
Yes, exactly. We're the same.
So then we started, and one of the things that really helps me to stay focused is, when you send me an email to remind me, or when you send me you have a brain dump document. I need to explain that to the community so they know what it is. Well, in the training sessions, we have an online document where we write down the eye openers, the things we've learned, the goals that we want to set for the next week. We write in it. So Dawn and I, we share it with each other, but we also remind each other of the goals that we have for that month. And that has been very helpful for me at times because I have so many things that I do with the community and things need to progress. So when you send those notes and those emails, that really keeps me, when I see it, I think, oh, yes, Denise, you need to focus on that, right?
And likewise, likewise, it's a reminder.
Yes. Can you, besides that, do you have another, how do you say that? Other value? What value did you gain from this accountability partnership besides what we have already said? Are there other things?
Oh, definitely. I know for me, it is pushing me out of a comfort zone. So where I might just have said, okay, in the program, right, we have level one, level two, level three. And I
Right.
might otherwise just kind of pick level one and go, oh, I'll just take the easy homework, right? And not have to challenge myself. But I find I want to take on more to figure out if I can do something different, get comfortable, try in a different area of obviously either publications or being able to network and really build myself up. And so I found that to be a way of personal accountability, but then you're holding me accountable too. And it really helps us both grow.
Yes, yes. One of the things that I like also is just the sharing part.
Mhm.
Just talking to someone else, this is the progress that I'm making, and that to me is also very helpful. So I want to thank
Mhm.
you for being there for me and
Yes.
focus in this with you.
Well, absolutely. And likewise, as I said, it's been really remarkable to have
Yeah.
that.
Okay. I know that you also have something you want to share with the community. Maybe you can talk about
Hmm.
that.
Definitely. And as we started talking and growing together, talking about our mutual interest and
Mhm.
sharing ideas, that sparked in my mind that I wanted to share with you and when talking with you and our group about women and how we grow together is by accountability, but by sharing. And a lot of what I do in some of my training is networking. and the idea that women network by just talking about common things. But in essence, we're talking about our growth. And so I wanted to share with the ladies a complimentary download. It's a guide and a resource that is 7 steps on how to be planning and productivity for ladies. And it's flourishleadership.com/WEB. I know you'll be passing this along for women ebook. It's a networking book, but a guide of skills I developed over 3 decades.
Wow. Wow. Well, thank you so much, ladies. I want, I'll say it in Dutch. Pak het. Het is een gratis free guide. En daarin heeft ze richtlijnen van wat je kan doen, vooral in een crisissituatie. Dus pak het en study it, and you can also, is there a way for them to contact you if there are ladies that want to?
Definitely reach out. My contact information is in their email as well as my website, and so feel free to reach out and stay connected in that way too. Yes.
All right, I'm so happy that you decided to join me in this talk today. And yeah, finally, maybe you want to give my community some empowerment. You feel free to do so.
Yes, well, to be encouraged, because we all have so much that we already bring to any table. But when it talks about us being able to help each other be accountable, we each have our own sets of ways that I have loved about working with you, Denise, about way that we hold each other with a task that we're doing or a goal that we have for the week. And so I want to encourage everyone to think constantly about how to encourage and mobilize and strengthen, and sometimes just share or listen. It doesn't always have to be a big pep talk. Sometimes it's just a pat on the back.
Right.
Sometimes it's a tug. Sometimes it's just a thumbs up, you know? So
Right.
lots of great ways that we can be of encouragement.
Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dawn, for being with us.
Thank you.
And I'll talk to you soon.
Yes, as well. Have a great rest of the time. And thank you again for the invitation to join in.
Yeah, thank you also for being with us. Bye-bye. Yeah. Dat was Dawn McCoy. En met haar heb ik dus de hele tijd gewerkt. En we gaan nog 2 weken door. En dan houdt het FFF-programma op. En dus die willen delen met ons. Maar je kunt ook dat boekje van haar pakken om te kijken hoe jij in deze periode van de coronapandemie of crisis in het algemeen, hoe je kan omgaan met de crisis. Een hele mooie tips erin. Nou, als je zegt van hey, accountability, ik doe het wel, maar ik wil meer structuur erin hebben, dan kun je dat boek pakken. Het is op mijn website denisesumter.com/product/ap. En dan vul je gegevens in. Je kunt het of in hardcopy vorm, maar je kan het ook gewoon in e-mailvorm kun je het pakken. Check het, het zijn gevarieerde prijzen. Nou, dat was het vanavond voor onze GPL Talk. Fijn dat je erbij was en dat je hebt willen zien hoe ik mijn Accountability Partnership beleef. En ik heb er heel veel aan. Ik denk dat jij er ook veel aan zal hebben. Dat was het voor vandaag en tot de volgende GPL Talk. Bye.